When I talk about being faithful where God has me, that's something that the Lord spoke to me when I was 17, when I was asking him, Lord, what do I do with this gift? What do you have for my future? I'm just surrendering it all. I'm giving you my yes before I even know the question. And he just said to me, be faithful where you are. Be faithful where I placed you. And at the time, it was a tiny little church in North Carolina. I was leading worship for our youth group and for some Sunday morning services. But I learned early on the necessity of the local church, of being plugged in to a community of like-minded believers who are in the Word, who love the presence of God. And we're not meant to be isolated. We're not meant to live as islands. We are meant to run in community with those around us who can spur us on, who we're running after the same goal, which is Jesus himself. And we're loving one another and holding each other's arms up. And that's what the local church is. It's also a hospital. It's not meant to be a place where we come in and pretend like everything's fine and perfect and great all the time. We are all walking through hardship. We're all walking through situations where we need a sounding board. We need wise counsel. We need accountability. And so to get to be a part of the local church, where for me, I have family, I have friends and community and people who will call me higher and deeper into the things of God, it's a non-negotiable. In wanting to write songs for a local congregation, I always tell teams it's so important that you take time away from just the normal everyday whatever you're doing in the office. Or, I know that church life is really busy, especially when you're on staff or even if you're volunteering. It's so good just to carve out that time to get away as a team. I love co-writing. So I make time to co-write with people that I love to write with, So if you're in a church team and you're like, we want to start writing songs for our house, for kind of from that place of where, what God is doing here and how he's moving here and what he's speaking, what our pastor's preaching on. So just carve out, I would say like a day a month and just say, we are going to not do anything administrative. It's going to be a creative day. We're going to start the morning with worship. We're going to start the morning in the Word. And we're going to lean into what God wants to say to our house specifically, because as you're in community, as you're running together, you have this language and this culture that can easily, I think, be put into a song, or at least kind of chase those ideas. And just the creative process of songwriting is such a beautiful gift that we get to explore as creatives. And so it's just creating that space and that time to get away and ask the Lord, what is it that you want our people here to be singing?